Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ogre. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by, and if you're a returning subscriber, well, you're the real MVP. Happy New Year to you. 2020 was it took us all for a ride, but we thank God we're here today, alive, well, flourishing, but as much as we can in these present conditions, and yeah, sit back, relax, and watch how I slay my face today, how I achieve this look, and tell me what you like most about it. Enjoy the video. Moving to my eyes. I like to do my eyes before the rest of my face. You can let me know what you like to do. Are you a eyes first or face first kind of girl? Let me know in the comments. And I'll just be priming my eyes with my P. Louise eyeshadow base. Just going to pat that right on top onto my eyelids and blend it out with this buff brush. It's really dense, really packed. It gives me that effect that I'm looking for. And it blends out the eyeshadow primer nicely. From my Juvia's Place palette, the Magic Mini, I'll be using Zikel. Today I really just wanted to talk about the new year. How are you feeling in this new year? I don't know if it's just me, but I really thought that, a lot of things would go in this new year. But the year has started and there's still COVID and just, other things happening. I used to make New Year resolutions, but when I thought about how I hadn't made, not really New Year resolutions, more about putting down plans for the new year. Do you know what I mean? So just starting out the year, I like to have plans about things I want to achieve in the year. Say for instance, I want $100,000 or $1,000,000 in my account before the end of the year, type of thing. But this year, I'm just, because of the way last year went, I guess I still just have PTSD from last year. I'm just like, you know what? Let's just see how it goes, right? Let's just see how it goes. I find myself not wanting to make anything concrete, any concrete plans, because we have all seen firsthand how quickly life throws your plans out the window. I'm using Patricia Bright's palette next. I'm going to use this color, Trendsetter. Yeah. So I'm using a smaller brush for this part. Anyway, as I was saying, the whole thing just makes me just not too eager to set anything in stone and just take each day as it comes. That way I'm better able to handle any disappointments, if any, should come up, and not be at that point where I just feel completely down and out, which was kind of like how last year went. But in all things, we thank God. And it just makes me realize, like, when does it even stop? We're constantly chasing the next thing. From the time you're small, it's about, oh yeah, you're going to get into school, And from then, it's just like you've unwillingly gotten into this rat race, and it's impossible to just get yourself out of it. It's crazy. I'm going into my Morphe palette, and I'm using this really dark brown on this side here to just blend these two colors together. I really don't know what I'm doing at this point, but we'll see what it comes as at the end. Yeah, so I was saying, you start secondary school, you start primary school, you go into secondary school, and then it's just all about the next thing. Oh, everyone is going into uni. Then you write all the exams, you find yourself in uni. Oh, everyone is going to youth service. If you're in Nigeria, you go to a 1-year youth service program. You find a way to get yourself into that program. You're trying to constantly keep up with your peers. And to be really honest, it's quite exhausting. Like, when does it end? And then you finish youth service, you're like, oh yeah, everyone is getting married now. And then you try to start finding someone to get married to. Everyone is having babies. Now you also want to have babies. Kind of like the way it's looking. I'm going to use my P. Louise base to cut my crease. Buffing most of the eyeshadow base off so that your eyeshadow doesn't crease while you start to apply it. And I'm looking down right now because I don't stick my eyelids up, because that will add to the crease. You get me? So yeah. Okay, so I'm just using the brown from the Morphe palette to get into the outer corner of my eye, the eyelid part. And I'll go back into Patricia Bright's palette, the green that I used before. I'm going back in there to just lay up that green. So I find that when I keep my eyelids down while applying my eyeshadow, it helps reduce the amount of creasing that I get from my eyeshadow. So I'm using this color from the Juvia's Place palette, Buzo. I'm going to tap that into my eyelids. Yeah, on the Juvia's Place palette, I'm using this one, Nuba, the yellow. Or gold if you like. Yeah, so does it ever end? If it does, at what point does it end? Is this what, we just have to keep going through this, keep going through the motions till we finally leave this earth? Or is there something else to it? These are just random thoughts that have been going on in my head. That life is pretty much spent moving from one stage to the other. Everyone is just caught up in an endless cycle, trying to keep up, trying to, make sure that you're at par with your peers. Yeah, it's we all say, yeah, comparison is a killer of joy, but sometimes you really have to just compare to see how you measure up. And in doing that, you fall back into the trap of going into the endless loop of, yeah, I have to do this now, I have to do that now, I have to do that now. When you set your goals, do you set it based on yourself, or you set it looking onto someone or people who are maybe your peers? Like, oh yeah, this person has built a house, I think I should start looking at building mine too. Is that really what you want? Like, do you really want a house? Or this person or people now take their kids and their entire families on trips, but is this what you want to do, or are you just doing this because that's what everyone is doing at this point? I'm using the Better Than Sex eyeliner, the Too Faced Better Than Sex eyeliner, to line my lids. I almost don't feel like lining this. I feel like I can just pop lashes on and it will still look alright. But because I have started, I just have to finish. And then for people that tell other people, see what your mates are doing, see what your mates are doing, what are you really trying to achieve? Is that supposed to be a form of encouragement, or are you just trying to shame the person because they haven't achieved what you feel they should have achieved in comparison to someone else or some other people? Why? What if the person's plans are completely different? You know, what if someone doesn't want, like parents that tell their children, oh, your mates are married. What if that child doesn't want to get married? Or you tell a couple that don't have kids yet, or all your mates have had kids and they are even through with childbearing. What if they really just don't want to have kids? Maybe now or even never. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, using my NARS face primer, I feel people should not push people into doing what they feel they should do solely based on all your mates are doing it. I am not my mate. My mate's circumstances might be different. You have no idea what my plans are, you know. So it's just my mind's musings, I guess. I'm using my Juvia's Place foundation. With this foundation, a tiny weeny eating wincy bit goes a very, very long way. Still excited to see how the year pans out. It's not like, you know, I don't have things that I hope to achieve before the end of the year. It's just a bit different from how I would usually do from previous years. Using my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn, I'll highlight my face. So highlighting my under eye, my chin, bridge of my nose, and my forehead. And I'm just blending, and blending. Going into my Zikel face palette, I'll just use this to set my face. So I guess all the point of this my plenty talk has just been that no matter how much we plan or how much we think we are in control, life happens, you know. life happens and all of those plans will just go out the window within the blink of an eye. Everything will just go out the window. I'm just using the darker powder down the side of my nose to contour it. I'm also going to contour my face. That's just my cheekbones, or under my cheekbones. Yeah, it's underneath my cheekbones. And underneath my chin. For highlights, I'm using this Patricia Bright's face palette. This highlight is not over the top, it's not too subtle, and it's not overwhelming, so I like to use it. Well, that's one of the reasons why I like it. But if you want to pack it on, you can actually just layer it, and that works as well. I'm also just going to highlight my cupid's bow, highlight the tip of my nose, and somewhere on the bridge. Now I would apply blush, still from the Patricia Bright's palette. I like this blush, like, look, I never get to the bottom of the pot with any of my makeup, but this one has broken the record. Going back to the Patricia Bright's palette, I'm going back to use the Trendsetter, that's the green color, under my eye. Going back into my Juvia's Place palette, I'll be using Nubu, same color that I used for here, this yellow golden looking color. Just going to pop a tiny bit of that underneath here. Now I'm going in with my MAC Prep and Prim translucent powder. Just taking this all over my face. I'll be using my Morphe setting spray to set my face. I'm just going to line my lips with a brown Davis pencil. And I'm using this pink matte lipstick, Miss Rose. Okay, I'm just going to have to switch it up a little bit because I feel this lip is too bright for the rest, for this look. So I'm using this peach puff thing. That's just going to bring down the color. Now I can apply some gloss. This is my Urban Decay Hi-Fi Shine lip gloss. That will be going on top of all of this. Hair snatched, face snatched, waist not so snatched, but we'll get there. Anyway, so this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and also let me know what you think about the little talk that I had while doing my makeup, while doing my face. What do you think? How do you see it? Are we just living in a constant loop of going on to the next thing, the next thing, the next thing? Where do you think it ends? Do you think it ends? Where does it end? Does it end when we die? Anyway, we hope, or I hope, that this year will be good to all of us. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, bye.